Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Friday, March 13th, 2009. This morning I'd like to go through the tree view in ObjectStudio, just give a brief overview of it. And to do that, let's load this thing from the sample browser, Tech Tree Views. So we'll hit Load Files. Closing that, let's just open it up first and see what it does. So what we have here is the option to bring up a tree on the class hierarchy in ObjectStudio, starting from Object. Or we can switch over to Browse Drs, and it'll bring us up the standard Windows C drive. And you can see there's some odd things here because I'm actually in Parallels on a Mac, but be that as it may, I can expand and contract these directories and take a look. So I've got everything here, and this is the way my directory structure looks over here on Windows. So let's close this and see how this thing is actually constructed. We'll hit Edit and go into the Designer, and you see I've got this Browse Classes button and this Browse Directories button. And these things are actually just hooked up to methods, so let's just dive into the browser and take a look at the code behind that. So we'll hit Browse, and bringing that into view, we'll find that I've got this class browser method here, and here's actually the guts of what's going on. We have this tree node class, and we send new dictionaries to it, and we send it the classes at the root class. And the root class is either core.object or object, depending on whether this is ObjectStudio 8 or ObjectStudio 7 something. So we just do this, and then pretty much put the values into the tree view and then set some options like what font to use, what selection to have, and whether to expand it or not. So all we have here is some basic defaults in the API to use on the tree view, and here is how you load it. You just hand it a dictionary of stuff that itself is a dictionary of ordered collections. So you've got, if you think about this, you've got a dictionary, and the dictionary itself is made up of elements that have themselves objects coming down from them. And that's constructed pretty simply by this. And then if you look at the directory structure, show path, this is done much the same way. We get the file structure off here. We create a dictionary and create tree nodes from that at the drive. So here we create the dictionary. We have to do this manually. And then we hand it to the tree view node through this API. New dictionaries add again. And then down here we just set some more options on this, whether it's expandable and what to show. And that's pretty much all there is. The main thing to look at is this tree node view class, or tree view node class rather. So let's browse the class in a new window. Bring this over into the view. And this is the class you actually want to work with in ObjectStudio when you're populating a tree view. And you can see the API over here looks fairly obvious. But the main thing is you go to the class side and you look at this new dictionaries at. This is where you populate this thing when you want to create a tree view and throw something into it. So I'll leave you to explore that on your own, but that's pretty much what there is to tree views in ObjectStudio as far as setting them up and throwing things into them. It's not the long and short of everything that you can do with them, but that's an introduction that should get you started. So we'll leave it there for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.